Hi there and welcome to the UkeStuff channel. I hope you're having a great Christmas. This is a tutorial for the play-along videos of In the Bleak Midwinter as recorded by Sarah Brightman, but that recording brought down to a little bit lower pitch that's better for ukulele. Now in this video, first of all, we are going to look at the chords you need for GCEA ukulele. That's soprano, concert, or tenor ukulele. Then we'll take a look at the chords you need for baritone DGBE ukulele. I want to point out that there is a slider below here and you can jump to parts of this video that matter to you, and those chapters are also listed below in the description. And if you like the chords that are used with this song and would like to print that out or work with it away from this video, you can find that at ukestuff.com. UkeStuff is a collaborator with this site, and all the tabs, which are really chord charts, are posted there at ukestuff.com as well. And with all that said, let's take a look at the chords you need for GCEA ukulele. I'll be using this ukulele. It is the Ohana BKT-70G ukulele. It has a laminate back and sides of laminate mahogany and a solid spruce top, but what makes it special is that it's a baritone with a tenor scale neck. So you get a lot of sound out of this instrument. All right, let's look at the chords you need. The first chord is the F chord. The second chord is the D minor chord. Just add one finger. If you are playing D minor just by itself, first finger on the second string, first fret, second finger on the fourth string, second fret, third finger on the third string, second fret. The next chord is the G minor chord. So first finger on the first string, first fret, and that should help you build the rest of it. Then a chord that you're going to use a lot in this song. Play your C chord, but add the first finger on the second string first fret. That's the C sus4, and then for the next chord, C, just take out the first finger. That movement happens a lot in this song. Then the B flat chord, and really this is the hardest chord of the song. You're going to put your first finger over strings 1 and 2 right above the metal fret. Then put down the second finger on the third string, second fret, and the third finger on the fourth string, third fret. If you're having trouble with that, think about pulling against the fretboard right above the metal fret on strings 1 and 2. And that is your B flat chord. Then we change keys from the key of F to the key of G, so then you need the G chord. Then the E minor chord. For the E minor chord, put your first finger on the first string, second fret, second finger on the second string, third fret, third finger on the third string, fourth fret. That's your E minor chord. Now before we leave that E minor chord, there's one other trick that might help you from time to time. Play your G chord and add the pinky to the third string, fourth fret. That's the E minor chord as well. Either one of those will work, but sometimes one will be easier than the other in the song. Then you have the A minor chord, and then kind of another different chord, the D sus4. And how do you play it? Well, you could play it with fingers 1 and 2 on strings 4 and 3 on the second fret, and then the third finger on the second string, third fret. And then pull your third finger up if you've got enough room for all 3 fingers. If you don't, then I would suggest playing first finger on the third string, second fret, second finger on the fourth string, second fret, third finger on the second string, second fret, and then the pinky on the second string, third fret. And then you just pull away the pinky to get the resolving D, which is the next chord that you need. And then the final chord, of course, we've already talked about, is D in both situations. If you're playing D with 1, 2, 3, and you're on the D sus4, you're just pulling back your finger to be a row of 1, 2, 3 on strings 4, 3, 2 on the second fret. And if you're playing D like the G7 chord, the first finger is at the top of the third string, second fret, then you have the other 2 fingers around it, whichever way works better for you. And those are the chords you need for In the Bleak Midwinter by Sarah Brightman on GCEA ukulele. Now let's take a look at the chords you need for In the Bleak Midwinter for baritone DGBE ukulele. I will be playing this mainland baritone ukulele. It has a cedar top and rosewood back and sides. The first chord is the F chord. Yeah, and the beginning of this song is not easy on baritone ukulele in this key. You're going to bar strings 1 and 2 and pull just against the fretboard, right above the metal fret, and just basically support with your thumb, and then put down fingers 2 and 3. That's your F chord. The F chord shouldn't super tire you out. If you should be able to play it all day long if you're using the leverage of the fretboard instead of trying to squeeze it. So if you're pulling versus squeezing, it should be better for you. The next chord is the D minor chord. Then the next chord is the G minor chord, where you are going to bar strings 1, 2, and 3 at the 3rd fret. Same idea, pull against the fretboard rather than try to squeeze it out. Then the C sus4, and this one gets a little weird looking, but what you're going to do is you're going to cover strings 1 and 2 just like you did the F, and then reach over with the 3rd finger on the 4-string 3rd fret. It's most of an F chord, but then you're going to resolve it to the next chord, which is the C chord. Then we have the B flat chord. 1st finger on the 1st string 1st fret, 2nd and 3rd fingers then on strings 3 and 2 at the 3rd fret. That's your B flat chord. Then we get to a little bit easier key for baritone ukulele, and we move to the key of G. So our next chord is the G chord, then the E minor chord, then the A minor chord, and then another sus4 chord. This one's going to be the D sus4 chord. So what I'm going to tell you to do is, even though the diagram only shows you 3 dots, I would say play the D chord and then add your pinky to where you normally play the G chord. And then lift off the pinky to play the final chord, which is the D chord. I think that's really the easiest way to do it, rather than shuffling a lot of fingers when you have to do it. And that D sus4 to D happens pretty quickly sometimes, so you don't have to hold it for very long. And being baritone, you have enough room to do it. So those are the chords that you need for baritone DGBE ukulele on In the Bleak Midwinter, as sung by Sarah Brightman. Now let's talk about strumming for In the Bleak Midwinter, and let's do it in the key of G because it's a little more accessible for baritone and it's playable on GCEA soprano concert or tenor ukulele. So what I would suggest here is really starting off with a picking pattern, and then if you want to, challenging yourself with a strum added to it. So let me just show you what that's going to look like, and we're just going to use the G chord to show you. So what I like to do is I like to pick strings 1, 2, and 4 at the same time, kind of like a claw technique, like the claw game. And then I use my thumb to pick string 3. And it sounds like this, alternating. And then you can put in some chord changes. And so on. So that's the first approach. Again, it's plucking strings 1, 2, and 4, and then plucking string 3. So again, on the G chord, 1, 2, 4, 3, 1, 2, 4, 3. But at this tempo, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now, if you want to try to imitate the song a little more closely, what you can do is a thumb strum for the downbeat, and then pick 3 and go back to the picking that we just talked about. The strum pick, strum pick, strum pick, same thing, strum pick, strum pick. And those are just shorter ones on the last 2 notes. So that would also work. Strum pick, 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 strum pick, 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 strum pick, 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 strum pick, 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 strum pick, pick, pick. And that would also work through most of the song. And with that, that's all that you need to play In the Bleak Midwinter as performed by Sarah Brightman on the ukulele. I hope you have a very Merry Christmas. I hope you're having a great day. And I will be back soon with some more uke stuff for you.